Good evening and welcome to tonight's news bulletin, coming to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues a royal decree. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Excellency the Foreign Minister heads the Sultanate of Oman's delegation to the extraordinary Arab summit in the Egyptian capital, Cairo. And in a groundbreaking medical achievement, an Omani surgical team at the Royal Hospital successfully separated conjoined twin girls. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issued Royal Decree number 30 over 2025 on ratifying the statute of the Labour Centre of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC. Article 1 ratifies the statute of the Labour Centre of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in accordance with the version attached to this decree. Article 2 states that authorities concerned shall deposit the document of ratification of the aforementioned statute in line with its provisions. Article 3 says that this royal decree shall be published in the official gazette and enforced from its date of issue. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, the Foreign Minister, headed the Sultanate of Oman's delegation to the extraordinary Arab summit held in the Egyptian capital, Cairo, today. His Excellency the Foreign Minister is accompanied by an official delegation that includes His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali Al Harthi, Under Secretary of the Foreign Ministry for Political Affairs, His Excellency Abdullah bin Nasser Al Rahbi, Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman accredited to the Arab Republic of Egypt, and its permanent representative to the League of Arab States, and Ambassador Sheikh Faisal bin Umar Al Marhoun, head of the Arab Department, and a number of officials at the Foreign Minister. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, held a meeting today with His Excellency David Lammy, British Secretary of the State for Foreign Commonwealth and Development Affairs in UK. The meeting discussed historic relations and existing strategic partnership between the Sultanate of Oman and the United Kingdom. His Excellency Sayyid Badr and David Lammy expressed keenness to follow up and support the ongoing cooperation between the two countries in various domains of mutual interest. They laid emphasis on the role of the Oman-UK Strategic Consultation Team. The two sides exchanged views about regional and international issues. They underlined the importance of consolidating diplomacy, dialogue and international cooperation in addressing current challenges to help achieve security and stability for all. They also stressed the need to engage in joint action to resolve crises and promote peace and sustainable development through multilateral frameworks and effective partnerships. In a groundbreaking medical achievement, an Omani surgical team at the Royal Hospital in Muscat successfully separated conjoined twin girls, Samara and Samra, born with a rare pelvic fusion known as omphaloscophagus, affecting 1 million births. More details coming up in this report. Here is the team of surgeons elected after completing a 19-hour operation to separate conjoined twins at Royal Hospital in Muscat. The twins Samara and Samra were born conjoined at the pelvic area, a rare condition known as omphaloscophagus, occurring in approximately 1 in 1 million births worldwide. Under the direct supervision of His Excellency Dr. Hilal bin Ali As-Sabti, Minister of Health, a specialized Omani medical team conducted this groundbreaking operation, the first of its kind in Oman. The surgery involved multiple critical specialties including orthopedics, plastic surgery, pediatric urology, anesthesiology and neonatology. Experts from the Royal Hospital, Khala Hospital, the Military and Security Medical Services Hospital and Nizwa Hospital collaborated on a comprehensive medical plan to ensure the best possible outcome. Pre-operative preparations began early early as prenatal imaging confirmed the twins' condition of 11 months, a multidisciplinary team closely monitored their health, conducted extensive imaging, and held strategic planning sessions. The surgery performed on February 7th, 2025, lasted 19 hours and successfully separated the twins while reconstructing vital organs, including the intestine, urinary system, and blood vessels. The medical team emphasized the rarity of this condition, particularly among female twins. Due to the complexity of pelvic organ involvement, the meticulous planning and collaboration that ensured a smooth operation with minimal unforeseen complications. Despite the inherent risk, the operation was resounding success. The twins are now in stable condition, receiving post-surgical intensive care with continuous monitoring. Their father, Saeed Al-Musleh, expressed immense gratitude to the medical team, the Minister of Health, and His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq for their unwavering support. This historic medical breakthrough marks a new chapter in Oman's healthcare sector, demonstrating the nation's ability to perform complex world-class surgeries with its own highly skilled medical professionals. Now, to focus more on these medical achievements, with us live on telephone call is Dr. Nawal bint Abdullah Sharji, consultant pediatric surgeon and pediatric urologist at Royal Hospital. Dr. Nawal, good evening and thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Abdullah.
Now,
it's my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much. First of all, congratulations for this wonderful work. Doctor, what were primary challenges your team faced during the 19th hour separation surgery of the omphaloesophagus conjoined twins?
The primary challenges of this surgery were many, as they were connected at multiple vital points, including shared intestines and pelvic organs. The complexity of the case required not only advanced surgical skills, but also precision in managing the shared structure, deciding which part goes to which twin. So there was the involvement of a lot of ethical aspects as well. One of the major challenges was ensuring the safety of and the well-being of both the twins during this long separation surgery. And the long surgery itself was a challenge, as it required continuous monitoring, careful coordination between the different specialties to minimize the chances of infection and chances of mistakes happening during the surgery, which made this surgery one of most technically demanding procedures that we have ever undertaken here in Oman.
And how did the multidisciplinary collaboration among various Omani hospitals contribute to the success of this complex procedure?
Alhamdulillah, but we had all the subspecialties which were needed for this separation surgery available here in Oman. So we have contacted orthopedic surgeons, plastic surgeons from Khawla Hospital and other hospitals to come with us during the almost 11 months of preparation, where we did a lot of images and we did scopes to see what is the anatomy and what would be needed during the surgery. So that multidisciplinary collaboration among all the different specialties made a huge success during the surgery. And it went very smooth, alhamdulillah. And each team member brought their expertise to the table, ensuring that the twins received the best care possible at every stage of the operation.
Wonderful. As this was the first operation of its kind in the Sultanate, what does this achievement signify for Oman's medical community and healthcare capabilities?
Alhamdulillah, this achievement is one of a kind milestone for Oman's medical community, demonstrating not only the skill and expertise of our healthcare professionals, but also it shows the advancement of our healthcare capabilities. It shows that Oman is capable of performing highly specialized complex surgeries that were only once thought to be out of reach.
Well, Thank you very much, Dr. Nawal, for giving us the details of the surgery that, of course, was Dr. Nawal bint Abdullah Sharji, consultant pediatric surgeon and pediatric urologist at the Royal Hospital. MashaAllah, Samara, and Samra stands as a testament to the dedication and expertise at Oman's medical professionals. These achievements not only highlight the advanced capabilities of the nation's healthcare system, but also reflects the unwavering support and commitment of the Ministry of Health and the government, elevating medical services for well-being of all citizens. Still to come in our news bulletin. Maintenance work continues on the Aflaj in the Niabat of Hafid in Al Buraimi Governorate. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The United Nations Children Fund UNICEF warned that stopping the entry of aid into Gaza Strip would have the dire consequences for children and families. The organization called in a statement for immediate and effective measures to enable the provision of urgently needed basic services and to facilitate the unimpeded flow of humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip through multiple crossings. Edward Big Beder, UNICEF Regional Director for the Middle East and North Africa, said that the restrictions imposed on aid would severely affect the life-saving operations of civilians. He explained that UNICEF was able, during the first phase of the Gaza Agreement, to bring in more basic supplies and reach more children in need. Now to Turkey. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said that the Israeli government contributes to fueling tensions and creating instability in the Middle East. The Turkish president added that Israel is dealing violently with the ceasefire agreement in Gaza, indicating that it will not be able to achieve the peace it seeks without establishing an independent Palestinian state based on the 1967 borders. On another topic, President Erdogan renewed his support for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine, considering that a fundamental solution to the conflict cannot be reached without presence of Russia and Ukraine at the negotiating table. The United States has announced a temporary suspension of support for Ukraine, freezing all military aid to the country. A White House official stated that President Donald Trump ordered the pause following a contentious meeting with his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday over ending the Russian-Ukraine war. Ukraine has been reliant on a U.S. military aid, which includes essential defense systems and intelligence assistance to counter Russian aggression. The suspensions of U.S. aid has raised concerns about potential battlefield gains for Russia and a rise in civilian casualties, as the U.S. has been Ukraine's largest financial aid and military supporters since the war began 3 years ago. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance said that Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky should sit down at the negotiating table to find a settlement and end the conflict in Ukraine. The U.S. Vice President explained during a television interview that the Ukrainian President is still unwilling to talk, adding that giving the United States an economic advantage in Ukraine's future would constitute a security guarantee. Canada has announced a 25% tariff on U.S. imports in response to the tariffs that Washington intends to implement today. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau confirmed earlier that the tariffs will remain in effect until the U.S. trade measures are lifted, noting that if these tariffs are not lifted, Canada will hold active and ongoing discussions with the provinces and territories to take additional non-tariff measures. U.S. President Donald Trump had announced that the new U.S. tariffs amounting to 25% will go into effect from today on goods coming from Canada and Mexico, and reduced tariff of 10% will be imposed on energy resources imported from Canada. Back here in the Sultanate of Oman, the General Director of Agriculture, Wealth and Water Resources continues to fix the afflage in Niaba of Hafid at Al Buraymi Governorate. The people of the Niaba stand hand in hand with the ministry efforts to maintain the afflage because of their great importance to the region's economy. Hafid contains 4 main afflage which are currently being fixed according to the plans and the available capabilities. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and to end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues a royal decree. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Excellency the Foreign Minister heads the Sultanate of Oman's delegation to the extraordinary Arab Summit in the Egyptian capital, Cairo. And in a groundbreaking medical achievement, an Omani surgical team at the Royal Hospital successfully separated conjoined twin girls. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin that came to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Thank you for joining us, and good night.